I just purchased this small camera. You can kind of see this is a pencil, and it's a pretty small camera. It's a Sony RX, and I'll put it on the screen so you can see it. It's a Sony Cyber-shot DSC RX 107. I know it's a lot. They had several versions. You might see like a version 5 and version 6. This is the latest one at this time, at this posting. And one of the main reasons I got this is this has a 200 millimeter optical lens. What optical means, that's meaning it's the glass itself. It's not a digital zoom of 200. No other camera at this, and here's my hand, no camera at this size will give you 200 millimeter focal length. I did my homework. Unless I'm missing something, it will not do it. It's got a great lens. It's a Zeiss lens. You can see here, it's a Zeiss lens, which is a German-made lens. It's a 2.8 focal on the shallowness, the f-stop, which means that you can get some blurriness in the background if you're shooting something. That's all it means. Usually when you have a 2.8 or a 1.8, those are really good glass, called glass because there's glass in here. And you can get a really shallow depth of field. You get the butteriness in the back if that's important to you. But for me personally, I got this because of the form factor. It's so tiny, it's so small, and it has a 200 millimeter. The big one is size and the zoomability of the lens. That's the problem with the phone, with your whatever phone you're using. You cannot zoom in tight on distances that are far away. Just certain things on this. Is a 20 megapixel camera. It's a 24 to 200. They say in parentheses, it's a 35 millimeter basically to 200. Roughly, that's what it is. It shoots 20 frames a second, so it's really fast. If you have, people running around, you want to shoot that. And it shoots 4K video too. I'm not sure if that's important to you, but it's nice to have a 4K capability in such a small body. So in a second, I'm going to turn it to the side, and I'll show you that the actual lens as it goes out. It does have a finder. It says finder right here. It will pop up. If you push it, it pops up and it turns the camera on. Let me push this back down. It's going to shut off. But that's when you turn the camera on the top here. You'll see the lens kind of pop out. That's just what happens on startup. And then as I zoom in, there's a little button right here where my finger is. Then it goes and goes and goes. And it's a 200 millimeter. Let me pull it back right here. It's a 200 millimeter lens at this point. So you can really zoom in on things that are far away. 200 millimeter is a really nice focal length. I mean, it could have more, it'd be nice, but again, in a small form factor, that's crazy to have it. And I'll show my phone. I'll try to show my phone next to it. I have a iPhone 11, what the size is. So again, it's really nice to have this capability in such a tiny form factor, basically. So this is the back of the camera. It has a flip out screen. What that means is that let me try to do this. It flips up, so you can shoot down. You can have the camera in different positions, and it will flip out. Also, if you're filming yourself, this thing goes all the way out. I can do a frontal view on that. It flips all the way out. So it's nice to have that. It's got the menu. It's a Sony camera. I was a Nikon user before, so this is a sort of a different menu for me. I'm not too crazy about Sony's menus. It's a little bit you got to tunnel down in them, but it is what it is. Once you get to know it, it's not that bad. Basically, there's all sorts of things in here you can go through. You can finally tune anything with this. It's pretty limitless, and you can obviously view your images here. You can scroll through them. You can shoot video on it too. Oops, sorry. When you're shooting video, it'll have this playback button as you're scrolling through your images. You know which one is video and which one is not. I mean, it's got literally, again, so many things in here, but most of the things I don't really use. I just want simple, the simple things that'll display certain things. It's got a little battery indicator. One thing with the battery life is so-so. I would probably definitely get some other batteries. I'll show you the side of it too, what kind of other connections it has on the side. It's got a HDMI, it's got a mini HDMI port. It's got a microphone in here, and you can charge the battery through here. You hook up your charger, and while the battery's inside it, you'll have it in there. And if I take this off, 1 second here. This is where it's on the bottom. You just hold this button and it flips out, and this is where your battery is, right here. You pull it out. So it's a tiny little battery. Again, I would get probably 2 more just in case. And then this is where your memory card is. It's a standard memory card. You know, it's one of these SD cards. And you plug it in here, put it back, pop it in, and you're good to go. There's a Wi-Fi capability where you can transfer images via Wi-Fi. I haven't set that up. It does have this little hole here to mount it to a tripod, and it's so tiny that, I mean, my tripod, it's a regular tripod head, but it overwhelms the bottom of this as I was mounting it on here. And as I said, there's the screen in the back. You flip this up, and you can see yourself while you're filming. And for some people, that's really good. I'm upside down. You can kind of see as I'm filming here. And it's a good thing if you want to shoot some video of yourself. I don't know. Again, everybody uses it for different reasons, this camera, but the form factor, and I'll show you my phone. This is an iPhone 11, and let me zoom out a little bit so you get to really see the difference. So you can see the difference right here in size. It's crazy. My phone is, you know, bigger than this tiny camera. Again, the biggest attraction for me was a 200mm optical zoom. This is any phone will definitely fail in zooming in. It just does not have, any of these phones do not have the capability of zooming in. So that's where the phones kind of fail, and they're not meant for that. You know, camera still does a better job, you know, with zoom-in capability. This is the top view, very basic. You have your button here, and you turn it on. This is the power button. It's a tiny button. You got to turn it on, and the lens will pop out. And then you can adjust the zooming in and out. You can adjust if you want to get tighter on a shot, or you want to move back. I've been leaving it on auto. If you do have this camera, if you're going to buy it, I just like to leave it on auto. It does a really good job. And then you can turn it on when you turn it here. This is the movie mode, and you have HFR, means high frame rate. So if somebody's running around, action, sports, or something. And this one, it actually has a panoramic setting on here. That's what it looks like. So yeah, it's you know, it's got also a flash built in. You know, for a painter, this camera kind of, for the most part, especially for travel, that's the main idea. Is I got this because I can pop this in my pocket very easily, and it has a small, basically, footprint. I want to show you also some images that I shot with this camera. It shoots beautifully. Let's see. Let me click this. Some of these were color corrected a little bit, but you can see just, you know, the colors are just so nice. Its detail is nice as I zoom in. Oops. Let me go to this one. This is really far away. This is where the 200mm really comes in handy. I zoomed in at full 200mm. This was so far away. I could not get this shot with the phone. It would be not possible. There's some more close ups, a little bit closer images, but you can see how nicely this camera shoots. Let me just show you some other shots. It's got some great detail. I'm trying to zoom in on it. It's Command plus. There we go. You can see the detail in this. Again, I'm really happy with the image quality of the camera. It's really, really great. This was far away too. I zoomed in up. I don't know if I went 200 millimeter, but I definitely zoomed in. That's why, again, I just do not know another camera that has, again, at this size. I always want to say at this size. There's cameras that have probably even bigger focal lengths, but at this size. And look at this. This is great. How cool. I mean, it's pretty darn nice detail. Not that I need a lot of detail, but it's there for you if you need it. So I just wanted to show you some images. It's a pricey little camera. It's $1,200 at this point when I recorded this. It's if you can swing it, I would do it, because again, it's the form factor. In this small size, you will get this phenomenal camera. Again, I hope this short review just kind of helped you to make possibly a decision on your next camera.